having watched Re Zero, when did we watch it? Like 2 years ago we started? 3 years ago we started? Look, everything that happened during the whole COVID period, don't ask me what year what happened. Like, I can't tell you. I honestly can't tell you. It feels like I was in a time skip, honestly. I was in the hyperbolic time chamber for 3 years, right? Popped out, 3 years passed, like, what the f***? Like, I have no idea. So I'm going to do the only rational thing any human being can do, and I'm really quickly going to look through the screenshots from Season 1 and 2, and that will hopefully trigger my memory of what the hell, happened. So I'm going to do that really quickly. Let's start Re-Zero Episode 1. Yep. A wild elf girl appears. Big titty demon girl appears. Angry elf girl. Reinhardt is OP, here to save a young blonde princess maiden. Reinhardt is really OP. We've got two maids, fan service. Here comes trouble, make it double. Rem was held prisoner and shamed by that man. Why am I so blue? This Chinese thing is just insane. Okay, that doesn't work. What about this? Auto white balance. Okay, now I'm yellow. I gotta choose between yellow and blue. I'll be blue. Held prisoner. Subaru can't do basic shit like, why are these screenshots so small? Jesus Christ. Can't do basic things like peel potatoes. Roswell technically owns Subaru, and Subaru is his property, and property doesn't have rights. I really needed to be reminded of that scene. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, the story of the two ogres, and he liked both ogres. You know, when I saw this episode the first time, I had a feeling that Ram was talking about herself and Rem. I had a feeling, and Ram is best girl. Yes, Rem kills Subaru. Ram looks after Subaru or something. Ram really cares for Rem. Oh yeah, this is when he found out Rem was trying to kill him, and then Ram was defending her or something. This is where Rem kills him again, and he tries to understand why it happened, but yeah. This is him just basically accepting it that he's about to die. And this is him absolutely losing his shit. And then he gets a head pat and thigh pillows from Emilia, which are really soft. It's kind of really funny. I had this discussion with my friends, and even Hutchin discussed it, and she's like, it's the male Japanese fantasy of, like thigh pillows. And she's like, but why? They're so hard. And I'm like, Hutchin, you're thinking about it if you're on the floor and you're on like a tatami mat and you're kind of sitting in Caesar, in which case it is hard because it's all getting pushed up from your knees at the bottom. But if you're sitting like that on the side of a bed or something, it's actually really soft. One of my favorite things in the world, besides, fun balloons. Speaking of fun balloons. Fan art of fun balloons. And why this is just getting smaller and smaller. So I'm guessing in this one, he makes friends with Rem and they go shopping in the village? Yes, they did go shopping to the village. And then the dogs turned evil, finding out that the thing that he has on him is actually from a little puppy that he patted. Funnily enough. And then Rem loses her shit and kills the dogs. Yes, Rem absolutely loses her shit and unlocks Devil Trigger. Now I remember Devil Trigger. Yes, she had Devil Trigger, or as they call it, Horny Rem. Horny Rem. Backstory, adorable. More backstory, adorable. If the pink head maid learns we drank it without permission, she'll flip. This is why Ram is the best. How could you not love this? Oh god. I hate that it's so pixelated, but oh god. Oh, this bitch. And her simp. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I remember this. You had like the girl from the Slavic lands. You had the girl from Germany. Wait, isn't she like the Russian one? Or is the left one of the Russian? One of them is the Russian one. I remember one of them is the Russian one. She was definitely a she's like Cecilia or something. I remember that there's one that starts with C, and I really hated her. Okay, something happened here. I don't remember what happened here, but something happened here. Yes, Julius did what we all wanted to do, and teach him a lesson. That's really good. This actually makes me hungry. I'm trying to go down on caffeine. This is him feeling, I don't know, dread or something. Yes, this is the one where Emilia dies and Puck decapitates him. One of my favorite scenes. Betelgeuse. One of the most unexpected, weirdest, most memeable people I have ever seen in anime. Unbelievable. I remember his name. He loses his shit. He absolutely loses his shit in this moment. This I remember. Okay, yep. Yep, that face. That face. Yep. He negotiates with her. I think this is him trying to go after the whale. Yes, they strike a deal. He bargains mining rights or something that he has no rights to bargain, but he does that, I think. Yes, they go after the whale. This is, yeah, there we go. It's coming back to me. This moment is like the greatest moment ever. It's like the biggest troll moment ever. Like, this is basically us. We're just like, what the fuck? Like, literally, what the fuck? This was like the greatest meme moment ever. Where everything just goes horribly wrong, and everything Betelgeuse tries to do, he like escapes and goes to his secret hideout, and they just so happen to be there. How the fuck do you know about this thing? Ha ha ha, I've got this communication device, I knew about all your shit. And he just flip it out, like, how the fuck do you know all this shit? It was like one of the greatest moments ever, and one of the great, I remember having to go frame by frame to try to get this screenshot. So good. And then Rem, of course. Oh yeah, these are just, oh yeah, of course. Betelgeuse reaction, Ram death reaction. Of course it's suitable. It has no inappropriate language, adult content, violent, shocking content, harmful or dangerous acts, recreational drug use, hateful and derogatory content, or firearms related content. It is absolutely safe for ads. Yes. Yes, I remember her. Oh yeah, I remember. This is the time Emilia died. Yeah, this is the time I remember. I remember. He kept testing whether or not he could tell people that he could return by death. And he did it again. And then Emilia actually died. Her heart stopped. And then he had to basically off himself. So his punishment this time wasn't that he dies, but rather like Emilia died in front of him. Yep, she was dead in this one. Yep, still dead. Fun balloons. Definitely fun balloons. Fun balloons, I guess. I don't know what's going on here. The whale. Man of the hour. The greatest man that ever lived. He saw a woman that was a badass that could kick his ass and he's like, I'm making this woman my wife. I respect that. Wilhelm. Wilhelm! Yes, I remember his name. The Chad. Of course, this happens. This is a better screenshot. This is where I actually learned I will have to start taking my own screenshots because look at this shit. I got sick of that, so I started taking my own screenshots. Quality improved. See what I mean? Quality improved. Betelgeuse. Yes, I remember this. This was good shit. I remember this too. This was a good ending. I remember this too. This is what happens when you don't sleep for 16 days. I think this was the ending of season 1, where it says he loves her. I believe this was the movie or the OVA. Re Zero. This was definitely the movie. 8 out of 10. Ooh, I gave season 1 an 8 out of 10. Good shit. And then this guy just turned up at the beginning of season 2, and I'm like, what the fuck are you? And then this guy turned up or something. I don't know what the hell's going on here. He's either in Assassin's Creed or Saw or something. And then Emilia flashback. And then we get to see a bunch of dead people in the background. We had no idea what was going on. We thought Echidna was Satella for the longest time. And then this shark girl maid came out of nowhere, and we were like, what the hell? And then she came out of nowhere. My God. Yep. I love the first time I saw her, I'm like, you're Satella, aren't you? Nope, Echidna. Okay. And then something about his dad flashback and him missing his dad or something. I don't quite remember what this was. I thought this is when he imagined that his dad said he was proud of him or something. And this is where Echidna was basically doing that weird muddly thing, but I think she offered him a deal where she will look after him if she can keep killing him so she can explore different different timelines, which branches off in the greed route, I think people told me about, which is like an IF route or something. Okay, adorable. Absolutely adorable. No one can deny this. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. I think they were having a conversation and he couldn't say that he returns by death or some crap. Oh my god, why is this so small? Jesus, the pixelation hurts my eyes. Oh my god, I can't see anything. Oh, this is adorable. I think he took us shopping or something. I am disturbed by this. This is when he died with Puck. This is another Season 1 thing. This is Ram being awesome. Season 1. I think this is a screenshot from the game or something. Yes, the game or something. What the fuck are you doing in here? Oh well. Ram. Stupid Roswell. Covered that sorry thing. Why are you here? I forgot this moment. So, oh god, my ice cream's dying. I have to eat it really quickly. But this moment is just awesome. And of course, this man is here. Take a seat. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the... Oh yeah, this is the same scene. This is a screenshot from the trailer. This is episode 1. Okay, we just looped. Then where the fuck's my season 2 folder? There it is. Season 2 folder. Beautiful. Let's start season 2. He definitely didn't offer... Okay, I gotta eat this before it melts. I'm gonna die. We're gonna start season 2 in a sec. 1 sec. Okay, that didn't take me long because it was partially melted, so I could just shove it in my mouth and it's fine. I was eating ice cream wrong this entire time because I was always eating it while it's frozen and then biting it like a sandwich instead of just licking it. Alright, this is just basically Echidna. I didn't mark these. Echidna. Emilia. This is towards the end. Emilia not realizing how babies are made. Oh my god. Emilia. And of course, the fucking meme that traumatizes the shit out of me every time I think about it. Okay, can we start on episode 1, please? Where's episode 1? Seriously, I have the same screenshot multiple times. Where the fuck is episode 1? Okay, this was episode 2. Okay, cool. So something in the manor meets Echidna in like episode 3 or something. So this is like the first time she calls him in for tea. Then he remembers his dad or something again. I don't know why. Then Echidna's test or something. She dresses up as a schoolgirl. I partially remember that. I think she offers him a deal or something. He says something along the lines of, "You're killing that outfit." Then Roswell is tied to the bed in the village, but they can't get out. And they're stuck in a loop or some crap. They talk for like 2 episodes. And then, of course, mandatory boob shot of the Bell Hunter that kills him. So he can't stop, I think, both the Bell Hunter and someone else. Or the Bell Hunter was going after Betty at this point. I don't 100% remember. Yeah, I think she was going after Betty. Because the background looks the same. Yeah, she was going after Betty. And then he's kind of stuck, can't fix it up, and he's sad again, and Echidna makes him the deal. Oh, and best boy! You know, I have a Subaru, and I want to get like a plushie of this rabbit and put it in my Subaru. So when I'm inside Subaru, this thing is also inside Subaru. So, like, best boy. And then we met, I think she's Hunger. Gluttony. Gluttony. She's Gluttony. She created the rabbit, that slimy thing from the movie, and the whale. This looks like the movie. No, episode 10. I think this is her doing the trial in the forest with the cave. Yep, this is where she lost all her sanity. Yep, that's the trial in the cave. Echidna or something offering him the deal this time that I spoke about before. And I think this is where she, like, passed the trial, but she doesn't know how babies are made. And then this is Okay, we had gluttony, so this is sloth. And this is wrath, I remember that. And she's apparently Emilia's mum. See, I always thought it was either Echidna or Satella that's Emilia's mum. But this is apparently Emilia's mum. And she doesn't have elf ears, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Yep, this makes 0 sense. This green one, I don't know what the fuck she is. She was something. Sloth, wrath, gluttony, greed. One of these two is lust and the other one's envy. No, lust and envy is lust and envy. Wrath, sloth. One of them is pride. Wrath. One of them is wrath. Oh, no, she's wrath. And it would, fuck it, forget about it. That's Satella. I thought Satella was Emilia's mum because, like, spitting image, right? Satella. Yeah, that's apparently Satella. See, I thought this was Emilia's mum. I don't know. Would make more sense. Emilia sad about something. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Puck dies? Does Puck die? Holy crap. Puck dies. Yeah, fucking Puck angel beats. I forgot about that. Jesus. I don't know what he's happy about. Oh, yeah, straight bet. He makes a bet with Roswell. He's head patting her or something. Right, so this is just before her final trial. He gives her a kiss after he spends all night writing stuff on the wall like an edgy teenager. We get the flashback of Garfield. We learn about his mum. We find out in the trailer he's actually alive. Wow, thanks for not even writing him a letter. And then we get baby Emilia in the flashback. Adorable. And then we get Pandora. Somebody opened Pandora's box. And then Pandora does her Pandora thing and Pandora's everyone. And then Betelgeuse becomes Betelgeuse and I forget her name, but she basically dies horribly. Yep, she definitely died horribly. Spleen's like on the wall and her lungs are on the other wall and, you know, her eyes, Fortuna, thank you. And then, yeah, just pretty much dead. And then there's this guy again that apparently has like 6 wives or something. And then Pandora was like, you're not here. Clicks her fingers and he disappears. Whatever. And then, oh yeah, fucking child, teenager. Oh god, I know where this is going. Oh god, I screenshotted it, didn't I? Ugh, I know where this is going, and thank God I had the ice cream beforehand, but I feel sick. Let me just sip my water really quickly. Fucking hell, Echidna, you need to be in prison. Oh yeah, and her. Sad little thing. Cloned and sad story. And him being a little kid and innocent, which is really weird. And Ram being adorable because she's adorable. And them being like a family. She's like an auntie or something, but she treats Emilia like her daughter, and this guy is supposed to be in the Catholic Church, but for some reason he likes a woman, so you know how it is. But at least it's not a little boy. And then Emilia at a picnic is adorable. Emilia being happy. Emilia crying because she's so happy, but she has to go back to reality, which is really sad. And then Echidna being really sad that Emilia's not sad, or that Emilia doesn't hate her or something. And then Emilia crying that Echidna's crying, that she's crying. It got really confusing at this part. And then Echidna being like really jealous that Emilia's not broken because this was probably the final trial or something. I got 2 screenshots of this, I don't know why. And then the Bell Hunter doing her thing. And then Ram doing her thing and trying to burn Roswell's book. And then she gets blasted away like Team Rocket. And then Betty's on fire and doesn't want to leave, but she leaves. And then the baby I'm carrying in my belly, she thinks she's pregnant from kissing. Wait till she finds out how you actually make a baby. Okay, thank God I didn't screenshot that moment with Echidna and fucking Roswell. My God. Oh yeah, she wanted Emilia to open this door, but Emilia didn't. And started blasting her, and so she made Emilia forget everything. So she's probably going to do something to get Emilia back to open this door. That probably leads to something extremely powerful. Because why else would she want to open the door if it didn't? So whatever's behind this door is incredibly powerful. Or gives this girl incredible power. Or gives this girl something that she wants. Because she's already incredibly powerful. I think she's probably also immortal, so it doesn't need to be immortality. Gives us something. I don't know what it is, but I don't need to be told. And Subaru drank all the tea, even though it's made from the bodily fluids of echidna. Blech. This season had a lot of questionable shit in it. Yep, we pretty much covered everything. Thank God. I was worried for a second that I screenshotted that moment between Echidna and Roswell. Thank God I did not screenshot it. I did not need that. Echidna needs to be in see, now I remember why I had that screenshot of that guy. What was that guy? I had him somewhere here. I used it in the thumbnails. I forgot where I used it though. It was close to Mara or something. There we go. I had this guy. Now I know why this guy's in my folder, because I obviously used him for a thumbnail. Damn, Kuma, you got really good memory considering you watched it 2-3 years ago. I will remember anything except names. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I used it for a thumbnail. I must have used it for a thumbnail, because Echidna. Echidna, man. There we go. There's the thumbnail. There, I used it for this. There. That describes everything. I was not going to screenshot what Echidna was doing that to that boy. She deserves to be in prison, that's all I gotta say. It's been 3 or 4 years since I've seen this. Well, I haven't seen this in like 2-3 years, but the thumbnails definitely help. The thumbnails okay, cool. So I'm like 80% there. Cool. We're on the same page. Thank you. Whew. Echidna created a simp of 400 years that day. It seems that a lot of female characters create simps, but it's kind of ironic considering Echidna has her simp, which is Roswell, and he simps for Echidna because she drained him of his mana or magic or something, but she did it in a weird way that wasn't required, but Echidna being Echidna. And then Ram develops feelings for Roswell, even though he basically does the same thing. Even though he technically destroyed her village and her people, but he adopted her as a servant, but he was also the only one that showed her like any care or affection while he was draining mana from her. So it's a really dysfunctional version of Stockholm Syndrome. And you also have to consider that Ram was also young when this happened. So not only was she emotionally underdeveloped at the time, but she also had Stockholm Syndrome. So Ram is a very traumatized child. But she's in love with Roswell, even though it's trauma bonding. And Roswell in his own way is traumatized. So it's like, give me a character in Re Zero that isn't fucked up. Let's not do psychoanalysis of Re Zero characters, please. I don't need that in my life. Alright, cool. Thank you, Paul Keel, for hooking me up with the episode. Let's start, now that we're all on the same page. Rem and Ram both rejected because silver/white-haired girl. Well, here's the thing. Subaru simps for Emilia because she looks like his type. He's into elf girls with white hair. That's it. She could have been the biggest bitch ever, and he would have still liked her. Her personality was irrelevant, because she just ticked the box of what he's attracted to. And that's most guys in a nutshell. That's why you see guys with absolutely terrible partners. Oh, she's pretty. You know, like, it's horrible. I'm pretty sure Roswell didn't destroy his village. More like he knew about Ram's village attack, but decided to do nothing. Well, he was the, I don't know if he was like, I don't want to say custodian, but he was the person in charge of where that village was located in terms of what can and can't happen. And he maintains order, safety, and all that sort of stuff. But he didn't do jack shit. So he basically neglected his duties, despite it being his responsibility. So he kind of did do something by choosing not to do anything. If you ignore your responsibilities, you are choosing not to do them, which in a way is an act of doing something. So technically he did do something by not doing his job. So he is responsible. But anyway, let's not argue semantics. This should work. He had a book that tells the future. He knew it was going to happen. See, I forgot about the book. And that was the thing that Ram burnt, because he kept reading that frickin' book. And she wanted to free him from the book, so she burnt it. Someone threw Subaru in boot camp. So his weapon of choice is going to be a whip. Don't get me wrong. Whips can be very effective if you can crack it and you can aim it. But out of all the weapons on your disposal, what made you pick the whip? Oh, you guys did put the black text background. For some reason, I didn't see it when I was watching it the first time. Fun fact, Kuma. Back in Subaru's world, he's actually pretty strong, but in this world, he's average. I can see his body type. He ain't that strong. I've seen his technique. He ain't that strong. Technique trumps muscle every time. Telling you now. Oh yeah, she's now on the Subaru simp train. You've got Rem and now Betty on the Subaru simp train. Petra is the young maid, I think, that he saved in season 1, if I recall. I don't know. If I see her, I'll remember. It is? Fuck! Thank God my brain is working. It's kind of weird that now I'm associating names with individuals. Usually if I see their face, I remember who they are. Like, usually names suck. Wait, so it's been a year since season 2? What was that contract again? He'll let her drain his mana or some shit? Okay, let's see what you got here. She's now his little sister. Yay, we're going for the Japanese little sister trope, because that's not creepy at all. Okay, we've got climbing up the wire. Okay, so he's basically just running it in a circular circuit. Wait, but how the hell are you going to get up from here? Okay, so you can run the other way. So you go this way, you got your targets, you jump over these, or you balance on them. Then you climb up, or you balance on them. You climb up and you balance, not too bad. Then you jump down onto this thing, you climb this little ladder. And then what? You got to learn how to land on your feet. Okay, not too bad. Jumping over these things, climbing up this rope, jumping down, not too bad. Balance / jumping, climbing up this thing, climbing back down, climbing up this thing, climbing back down. More balancing, I suppose. And then you've got monkey bars for your upper body strength. And then over this thing, and then hitting the targets. I mean, if your plan is to run away, how about some combat training? I mean, don't get me wrong, you learnt how to use a whip, but what if you don't have a whip on you? What about learning how to use knives? And how to throw them, and some basic hand-to-hand? Or some, like, targets to hit? How about the Paime tree, where you punch the tree until you break the wood or something? Like, something would help. You know what I mean? Like, you're not always gonna have your whip. You do realize this is the type of obstacle course that they throw at people that have barely never done physical exercise during boot camp in the military. And that's called entry level. They give them like 2-3 weeks of that, and by the end of it they can do this. You've spent a year doing the same thing. You've basically wasted 48 weeks. Do you at least spar with Garfield. Like, please tell me you at least spar with him. Oh yeah, I forget that she gets to wear the same thing that Ram and Rem do. I forgot this thing existed. I now remember this thing exists, which means that the Russian girl with the snow hat is here. Hey, they rebuilt the mansion. That was quick. I was gonna say, every single time, he just gets another girl. This time it's like 2. And plus there's another one that likes him. It's another mansion? What the hell? How many mansions does Roswell have? It's not perverted to think that this guy's a pervert. He is a pervert. We all know he's a pervert. We've seen the inside of his room. He's a pervert. Wait, did he just say Otto, bro? Did he just say Otto, bro? Otto, bro. Otto, bro. Otto, bro. That's awesome. Okay, Rem, you're doing it wrong. You're basically doing this. This action for a kick sucks. What you want to do is lift your knee and kick like this. You lift it and kick like this. What that does is pushes all the momentum from your backside into the kick. If you're just lifting it like that, it's just a foot action. There's no power behind it. Whereas if you lift it up like a knee kick and then push, you're basically striking. You've got a lot more power behind it. You don't want to tap him on the ass. You just want to hit it. Who the hell is this guy? This is like fucking Julius's half-brother. And if you tell me that's a sister, I'm gonna call bullshit. The knight with a whip, absolutely no armor, and his specialty is dying until he kills the boss. Basically, he's an Elden Ring MC. And his cringe. It's okay, he's gonna redo this scene like 4 or 5 times to get the optimal result by like running into the kitchen and stabbing himself repeatedly. He's basically been living here for a year with Emilia and he's still doing this. Clearly he still hasn't gotten laid. Yeah, I think I thought Anastasia was probably the Slav princess. What gave it away?
夏希殿ですよね。兄から聞いています。その数々の噂の金がね。なるほど、ユリウスの弟か。言われてみれば、いや、見えんじゃなく鋭い目つきとか、皮肉んじゃなく優雅な口元とか、悪魔、麗しい髪の色とか同じだよな。ちょくちょく無理が見えるんで余計な口は閉じてくれませんかね。さて、それじゃあ待たせて悪かったなってことで、話の続きを。ちょっと待ってください。その女の子は。ベティがどうかしたかしら。あれはビューコ。お兄さん。
Betty is sitting on his lap like she's a cat.
ちゃんとお姉さんの子供。そうそう。これは俺とエミリアタンの可愛いベイビー、ベアトリス。ヨシアが驚いてるじゃない。私スバルとチューはしたけど、チューじゃ赤ちゃんはできないんでしょ。勉強したんだから。ああ、ごめんエミリアタン。
So, Emilia, when you say you did your homework, how exactly did you do your homework? I'm pretty sure this world doesn't have internet. Because if it did, she would have been traumatized. Emilia looks up how to make a baby. Ooh, what is this? Corn hub. What the fuck?
なんかものすごい赤裸々な勢いで暴露されそうで恥ずかしいから。俺が悪かった。それで実際のところ、こちらのベアトリス嬢の立場は、ベアトリスは俺と契約した可愛い大精霊。大精霊。
So basically, she's replacing Puck. No one can ever replace Puck.
やあ、お客人。うちの大将が精霊連れてった。なんか問題あんのかや。いえ、噂は耳にしていましたが、夏希殿が本当に精霊騎士であるとは。ご存知かと思いますが、兄も精霊騎士。この国随一の精霊騎士ですので。ああ、もちろん知ってる。あいつには世話になったから。そんなに助けられたの認めたくないんですかね。ベティとスバル以外にも精霊使いの騎士がいるのは知っているのよ。なかなか見どころのあるやつと聞いていたかしら。無論です。兄様はすごい方ですから。若干22歳にして王国騎士団の花形。この騎士団で実質的な2番手。
Wait, so he's second in command to... Crap, I forgot his name. The really overpowered guy.
今はお役目を離れていますが、アナスタシア様が即位された暁には団長の座は確実です。今代の権勢であるラインハルト様でも
That's the one.
兄様の騎士としてのあり方にはかなわない。まさしく兄様は真の騎士。ドン引きなのよ。よし、
Wait, what?
本当にすごくお兄さんのユリウスが好きなのね。
Please don't tell me that this is gonna be like a reverse... Oh my god, Japan, what the fuck? Please don't make it that he has a thing for his big brother. It's just weird.
申し訳ありません。家族のこととなると自制が利かなくて。
Why the fuck does Japan do this? Why?
いいからとっとと本題に入れよ。バームゲームは寝かせるほどうまいってのも限度があるね。バームゲーム、ミミも大好き。おいしい。一緒に行こう。じゃあ約束。失礼いたしました。それでは我が主であるアナスタシア法神様からのお言葉をエミリア様にお伝えします。アナスタシア様はエミリア様を水門都市プリステラへご招待したいとお考えです。水門都市プリステラ。
Watergate, is that scandal that got a US president taken out of office?
一体どのようなご用件なんでしょう。
Right, the spying one, where the government was illegally spying on citizens.
パーティーのお誘いだそうです。アナスタシア様のご好意でエミリア様の探し物を見つけた。
Wait, the Slav girl is throwing a party? Fuck yeah. You should totally go.
とのことですよ。私の探し物。はい。
Oh god, she was doing research on how to make babies.
プリステラの商人がエミリア様ご所望の魔晶石を所有しているそうです。
Oh god, it's a magic crystal that displays adult films. Jesus Christ!
魔晶石。はい。
It's a crystal ball.
大精霊様を呼び戻す触媒を探してお
Ah, to resummon Puck. I get you. Oh yeah, Puck is technically in the green crystal, so he's not 100% gone. He just doesn't have the power to manifest into a physical form anymore. Yay! My memory still works, bitches! Yeah! It's all coming back to me! Piece by piece, but it's coming back to me. It's good, because my memory comes back just as I need it. It's beautiful. I'm just remembering entire scenes while I'm watching them talk. It's insane. I'm just getting flashbacks. No wonder Subaru hasn't gotten laid. Emilia's still depressed about Puck. Sorry, Kararagi City. I'm sorry, I read that as Karaage, meaning fried chicken. Oh god. Clearly I'm hungry. Venice isn't a floating city, it's a sinking city. So what would happen if someone like, say, Emilia was to freeze all the water? Oh god, I just remembered Puck. That time he became a huge Puck. And then he grabbed Subaru or something and did things to him. That was disturbing. God damn it, I just remember Big Puck. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. That was actually pretty scary. That's not a spirit. That's a sexual predator. Ah! It's Dio! I forgot he was voiced by Dio. This motherfucker's in every anime. He just keeps getting reincarnated. He's worried about teen pregnancy? I just realized, where's Rem? And then I remembered, who's Ram? I mean, who's Rem? And then I'm like, oh shit! They don't know who Rem is! So Rem's just like sitting somewhere comatose. Wait, I think she's in the mansion. How does she eat?
僕はね、これでもちゃんと皆さんのことを考えてるつもりなんですよ。
Maybe you should go easy on the booze.
なんか、いよいよお前も完全に内省感だな。なんですかその哀れむような目つき。落ち着けって夫はね。大将もあんましからかいすぎるもんじゃねえよ。前に一日中夫をまでって決めだったろうが。一日中夫ってそれ何の隊員なんですかね。
He can't handle his drink. Is this a booty call? It's a booty call. Oof. Oof. Oh, this is Rem's room. Oh, do you know that the voice actor for Bugs Bunny was stuck in a coma? And doctors were like measuring him and talking to him and nothing happened? And his producer came to the hospital and basically said, "What's up, Bugs?" Bugs. And the voice actor in the Bugs Bunny voice responded, "What's up, Doc?" Yeah. And they basically asked him, like, "Where are you right now?" And in the Bugs Bunny voice, he was saying, "I'm in this room and it's really dark and there's no windows." And the doctors were like, ask him if there's some sort of light somewhere. And they're like, "Is there a light somewhere around?" He's like, "Yeah, there's a light somewhere in the distance." And they're like, "Bugs, go towards the light." And he basically said, "Okay, I'm approaching the light. I'm there. I'm opening the door." And then he woke up. I'm getting shivers down my spine. Look it up. It's insane. Yeah. Creepy shit. But it's actually really clever that he's knocking on the door, because some people in comas have actually woken up due to things like that. Someone will knock on a door and they'll wake up from the coma to open the door. And it's like, what the fuck just happened? You know, like something triggers them, because a lot of patients in comas still have the ability to hear. And some people that have woken up out of comas have actually said that they were aware the entire time and they remember certain family members visiting them and telling them certain things, you know? And they just weren't able to wake. And there was like this one instance he remembers that this kid was in a coma. He was like 20 or something. And his mother came to visit him. And she was basically saying, "I'm sick of this. I can't handle this anymore. We're just going to pull the plug on you and it'll all be over and done with." And they were doing the paperwork to basically switch off the ventilators and the machines, keeping him alive. And he basically woke up from his coma because he didn't want to die. And then he basically told the story of how his mother was planning to kill him and all that shit. But like, the point is, it's actually really smart. Of course, typical anime thing. He's telling us something that we won't know until much later. Damn it! Fucking Garfield ninja running. He's just fucking ninja running. He's like, "I'm getting in my daily cardio." That's actually very smart, but still, Garfield, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Bloody Garfield. I mean, that's a good way to get some exercise, don't get me wrong. But like, Garfield. Oh yeah, I remember. They had the fucking furry squad. They had an entire like squad of furries fighting the whale. Like, what the hell, man? And this guy's basically rocking a Buster Sword. And the green-haired girl ended up losing her memory. And this is a trap, as we all know. yeah, I totally forgot that Betelgeuse ended up turning into that thing that was chasing the minecart, and they started throwing shit at him.
愛の数合わせよりも特にプリシラ陣営の躍進は目覚ましいものがあります。
Oh yeah, Priscilla's the bitch. What has she actually done besides be a bitch?
亡くなった旦那さんの所領を受け継いだ後、
After having inherited her late husband's territory, clearly she probably poisoned him. What a bitch.
情勢の不安に揺れる周辺の有力者を一気に味方につけました。
As she would.
乗せれば乗せるだけ踊る当人の気質と美貌もあって太陽姫と慕われ日に日に勢いを増しています。
You gotta be careful of this one. She's a typical slub woman. Be very careful. This is why I don't date slub women. They're highly manipulative and just waiting for you to die. And sometimes they don't want to keep waiting.
フェルト陣営の当初の強みは騎士である剣聖ラインハルト・バン・アストレアのみでしたが、フェルト様が目をつけたのは能力はあっても性格に難があったり常に傷のある者たちでした。彼らを積極的に取り込み柔軟な発想と視点で領地の大改革を始めたんです。なのでこの1年盤上から転がり落ちた候補者はいません。ただ魔女教との戦いで記憶をなくされたクルシュカルステン公爵だけは芳しくありませんね。そんな中アナスタシア陣営だけは汚染が始まる前も始まってからも一度の失速もなく安定した支持を持ってるんです。アナスタシアさんのところは方針紹介って大きなお店が力になってるのよね。はい、彼女たちの武器は財力、経済でぶん殴るのは最強の一手ってわけです。そのアナスタシア陣営の正体挙句に張りを作りそうな状況、僕がどのくらい胃が痛いか分かってくれました？やっとすごく身に染みました。勝手なことしてごめんなさい。分かっていただければとりあえず大丈夫です。
I mean, I love how this entire thing is a giant zero-sum game where everyone wants to compete and one-up each other. But have you ever considered for a moment that even if you might not necessarily become the ruler of the domain, you can still be in a good position with the ruler, and that gives you very good influence over the domain, and you can still achieve all your goals even if someone else is the ruler. You don't necessarily need to be at the top in order to get what you want to do. You could work together with people. Crazy idea.
何も一人で悩みを抱える必要はありません。この勇者と一緒ですよ。勇者と一緒って？今手綱を握っているのは夏希さんです。夏希さんがサボらないように見張っているのはベアトリスちゃん。
His job is literally just to keep the carriage going forward. You do realize that most of the animals that operate carriages know what they're doing. Your job is just to ensure they don't, like stop or something. You don't really have to do very much. Each one of them have their reason for wanting the throne. I won't read it. I'm very good at just like I want to enjoy the anime.
しているのはランビルですし、その勇者の旅程を計画したのは僕です。そしてエミリア様はその全員にお疲れ様と声をかけて、まあえっちらおっちらとプリステラを目指しているわけで。今のオットー君の言い回し、なんだかすごくズバルみたいよ。本当ですか？嫌だな。おいおっと、なんだよそれ。なに俺のエミリアだと盛り上がってんだ。ベアコちょっと待ってろ。おい大将、何してんだ？大丈夫かよ。
Betty, you just discovered drifting. Wait, so they built this to basically go like this, and it's surrounded by water, instead of building it like this. So, if water at any point penetrates the walls, the entire city is going to be flooded. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. As Subaru said, water prison. As I'm saying, it's going to drown everyone. I'm calling it the Titanic. Like, it would be sufficient to just surround the thing with water. It'd be like Alcatraz. You just get a bunch of sharks and make sure they're hungry. and it's fine. No one's going to want to go in the water because the sharks will eat them. But like this, if at any point the walls are penetrated, everyone's going to die. Also, what if we blew up the only bridge? There's more than one bridge, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's more than one. You've got 4. So that isn't going to do much. You've got 3 other ones. What you, like, but it also looks like they have multiple ports. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ports. 7, 8 ports. Yeah, you've got 8 ports. I mean, you've got ample entrances and exits. That's not the problem. The biggest problem is, for whatever reason, if something is compromised and water from the... Let's call this a lake? Is this a lake? The water looks pretty still. Could be a lake. Hey guys, this is where Yugi and Kaiba dueled. You guys remember that episode of Yu-Gi-Oh? This is where Kaiba and Yugi dueled. If only Roswell was here, we could call him Pegasus. You know what would have been an amazing cameo? If you had Holo and Lawrence in a cart just going into the city. It would have been an amazing cameo. Literally, just have Holo and Lawrence in a cart here. It would have just been hilarious. Yeah, Ram was right. I was gonna say, just bring her a Happy Meal and some chocolates and she's good.
最後まで意見を保ってよ。俺たちも行くか。詳しくなったらどうしたんだ。いや、いいんですけどね。いいんですけどね。
I don't get it.
なんかすごく不思議な雰囲気。
You can't tell me that someone else other than Subaru didn't get isekai'd. Tatami mats? The bloody flower thing, I don't even know what it's fucking called. The doors, the patterns, the shapes, freaking everything. The architecture. You can't tell me that some other person didn't get isekai'd. Did Subaru even get isekai'd? He didn't get killed by a truck. That's straight from Japan, come on. There's no way Subaru's the only person from Japan that's here. This is too much of a coincidence. Because the rest of the city is like, okay, waterways and Florence and all that stuff, that can be accidental, coincidental, whatever the fuck. But this architecture and patterns and everything all in one place, and it's out of place, is too much.
床に座っちゃうし、靴も脱いでるし。これは多分寝室のベッドじゃなくて床に布団を敷くんだよな。部屋用浴衣だったりするのかな。それすごく詳しいのね。ほんまやね。一体どこでカララ儀式について勉強した？カララ儀式ってこの宿のことか？そうやよ。和風建築様式はカララ儀伝来のもん。和風建築。そりゃなんとも聞き
Look, even the freaking garden.
逃せねえ響きだ。もともとプリステラはカララギ建国の雄である方針が立ち上げに関わった都市なんです。方針？荒れ地の方針とも呼ばれ、400年前の当時からとにかく革新的な発想力と
Uh-huh.
精神的な理念で知られた人物です。
Uh-huh.
荒れ地の方針。その正体はおそらく俺と同じ異世界、日本から召喚された人間。アナスタシア様、準備が整いました。ありがとう、ヨシュア。そしたらお待ちかねの話に入ろうか。お探しの魔晶石、その所有者はこの都市による大商会の跡取り息子やの。ヨシュアにはそのミューズ商会まで行く流線を用意してもらったんよ。ミューズ商会の跡取り息子？そう。本人の詳細も大したもんやけど、この町やともっと別の名前で有名なお人なんよ。別の名前で？そう。歌姫に心を奪われた男。転じて歌姫狂い。
Why do I have a feeling that this guy's just gonna be some dweeb?
船で水の上を渡るなんて初めて。なんかドキドキしてきちゃった。歌姫狂いって絶対変人だろう。
Subaru, don't agree with me. Never agree with me.
一度こっちで水の流れ違う。驚いた？実は私知ってるの。ほら見て。あれが街の中の水の流れを制御してる制御塔なの。塔全体が複雑な仕組みのミーティアになってて、水の魔石の力で水流を操ってるんですって。ちなみにこの都市では水を汚すと大変な罰則があるので気をつけてください。さっきから怯えた顔で水を眺めてるガーフィールは。別に水が怖えってことはねえよ。ただ濡れ猫になるのが嫌だってだけでや。
I like the fact that Garfield doesn't want to get wet. It's a nice nod to Garfield the cat. Very nice.
やめてもらえます。やばい、そんなことしてるのね。やれやれ、みんなはしゃぎすぎなのよ。もっとおとなしく引くじゃがべき。やろう
Seriously? It's not even going that quickly. So if you were to take control of that or destroy, you can effectively control the city or screw it over. If your main means of transportation is the water, yes.
小学校の臨海学校でメリーに乗った時の悪夢が再来した。やばい、世界揺れてる。今なお揺れ続けてる。もう少し風を浴びておとなしくしてるかしら。歌姫ぐるいの方はあの3人に任せておけばいいのよ。まさか俺が船酔いすると知っててエミリアトンと分断するのが狙いだったのか。ヘボヘボのスバルが抜けてどうにかなるエミリアじゃないかしら。まだちょっとフラフラするけど、こんぐらいなら。メアゴと手をつなげばほのぼのパワーで帳消しだ。調子のいいことなのよ。まあ何かあってもベティが何とかしてあげるかしら。頼りにしてるぜ。んじゃエミリアタンが心細くて泣き出す前に合流だ。
I love how they give him an excuse to hold hands with Betty. I'm not holding hands with Betty. She's just sucking me dry.
で、ニュース紹介。リクロで行くとこっちで合ってんのかな。そのはずなのよ。つか、ここさっき通らなかった。お前ひょっとして道に迷ったか。別に迷ったわけじゃないかしら。でももしスバルが不安なら念のため誰かの道を尋ねるのもいいのよ。はいはい、かわいいかわいい。でも誰もいねえ。
Oh, this is going to be a copyright claim. Oh my god, it's a summoning circle. Holy crap. That's a freaking summoning circle. Bruh. Deserved. They did mention the whole city is a trap. Yeah, a tourist trap. Seriously, we went to Italy this year. That was one hell of a tourist trap. I wanted to go outside the cities, but Hachan's like, no, we gotta explore Italy. And I'm like, Hachan, all the main cities are tourist traps.
正直1年ぶりに死を覚悟した。知らんのよ。治癒魔法はかけてあげないかしら。エミリアにでも頼むといいのよ。でもエミリアタンに回復性あんなら不機嫌になるじゃん。あと悪い。歌を邪魔するつもりは。ひらめきました。は？聞いてください。リワは恋の私のさ。
I'm calling the police. Of course you would sing a song like this. Cringe.
ちょっと待つかしら。なんでスバルが急に歌に混じってるのよ。そりゃお前が当たり前みたいに受け入れてるのもおかしいかしら。
Aren't you more worried about the content of the song and how enthusiastic he was to say it?
おいおい、何言ってんだベアコ。歌は国境を越えるんだぜ。いい話ですね。このリリアの感動に胸が震えます。震えるほどありませんが、ベイティが間違ってるみたいな雰囲気は納得がいかないのよ。もっと自己紹介が遅れました。私、このリリーナと歌声だけで身を立てる金融主人をやってます。リリアナと申します。以後、お見知りおき。噛んだかしら。手伝い。盛大に噛みました。
Why were you biting down so hard in the first place?
そしてこの娘。なあ、ひょっとしてあんたが巷で有名な。
I am gonna put my money. Okay, so we found out in season 2 that we don't only have 7 deadly sins, but rather we have the full collection of deadly sins, including the ones that were merged into the 7 by the Catholic Church because they got lazy. I'm gonna put my money that this girl is one of the deadly sins that got cut out. And I don't remember what the other ones were. But I'm gonna put my money on that, because she's probably using her music or something to distract people. Either that or she's Re Zero's version of Taylor Swift. Because she's flat as a board.
歌姫ってやつなのか。その呼ばれ方はちょっと恥ずいのですが、はい。あ、なら、歌姫グレイがいるっていうミューズ紹介って知ってるよな。案内するのは構いませんが、歌姫の歌を聞いたんですから、ダンスも出してくださいよ。歌姫って呼ばれるのは恥ずいんじゃなかったのかよ。それはそれ、これはこれです。
I love this. He meets a random girl that's working in the center of the city, insults her, everyone throws shit at him, and then everyone leaves for whatever reason, and then he sings a song with her, and now she's showing him around the city. Yeah, let's just go with that.
お客さん、まさかただ聞きしよってんじゃないでしょうね。わかったよ。いいから欲しいんだ。それはお客さんの心の赴くまま。ありったけください。無理やり赴かせんじゃねえ。まあ、なんたる言い草。ひらめきました。聞いてください。荒波高波世間の波。もういいよ。などと話してるうちに到着しました。はい、それでは聞いてください。本日最後の曲です。人生パヤパヤ。しかしすげえなお前。言動だけでここまで俺をドン引きさせたのはペテルミス以来かもしれねえ。
Subaru, you are that person to everyone else in this world, you creepy, horny bastard.
誰かは存じませんが、なかなか見どころがありますね、ペテルギウスさん。もしどこかで会う機会があれば、修正の好敵手になったかもしれません。魔女教滞在司教だぞ。待ってください。あなたひょっとして、妖術界のナッチスバル様ですか？いや、その二つ何を物申したいけど。
I have no objection, I second that name. But I would like to change it from user to abuser.
ルシカル星公爵が主導した三大魔女、悪芸の討伐において並々ならぬ助力をし、ケーキベルヘルムをして大きいと言わせた歴史の買い初めに、そして世界を震撼させた魔女教滞在司教タイガをカルセン公爵と方針商会アラスト中将の力を借りながら撃破し、さらには三大魔女大関山討伐して英雄。
After they brutally used him like he was a prison bitch for like 20 times.
目の前に伝説が入れてかかります。
You know what they say, don't meet your heroes in real life, they end up being disappointments.
リアの嬢ちゃん、どうかしたか？この二人は？ああ、俺たちは今、中で商談中のエミリア様の従者だ。ということは、その商談の便宜を図れば、妖術界ナツキスバル様がお話を聞かせてくださったりするんですか？だからその呼び方はやめろって。あと話ってなんだよ。そりゃもういろいろですよ、いろいろ。伝え聞いてる
Well, that just happened.
どうかその魔性石を譲ってください。
He's gone 20 minutes and he's already found another underage girl. I'm calling the cops.
奇遇も何もあんなにうるさくして。あれキリタカさん？なんで歌姫狂いと言われてる人の目の前でどう歌姫のベタベタするんですかね。
But she's not his property. This is not the 1400s anymore. You don't just own women anymore.
ベタベタしてたわけじゃねえよ。じゃれ合ってるように見えたけどな。じゃれ合ってもねえ。おかげでまとまりかけてた話がぶち壊しですよ。スバルだって悪気があったわけじゃないんだから。
Stop excusing his problematic behavior.
エミリアタン、ほっと言ってやって。スバルはちゃんと反省して。はい、すみませんでした。
Simp!
仕方ないんだから。ごめんなさい。
Kill Subaru.
気にしなくていい。僕も不注意だった。一瞬見とれてしまったせいだね。
Smooth. Smooth.
君の綺麗な銀色の髪にね。
Okay, you're taking it a step too far.
ストップ、そこまでだ。
That was like a step too far. Like, the first line was smooth. The second line was, I need an adult. Like, what the fuck?
お言葉に甘えて今回はお互いの不注意ってことで、今日のところは失礼させてくれ。
Simp.
ちょっとスバル、そんな誠意のない言い方。
Soy boy.
いいから。
You did the same obstacle course for 52 weeks? What kind of training regimen is that?
お互いの出会いに感謝だ。水の都の粋な歯がいってやつだな。ご丁寧にどうも。そうだね。今のところ。
Subaru, why are you pointing at Emilia's boobs? We get it. They grew.
僕が君たちに固執する理由は薄い。また機会があれば、勝手に運命が僕らを巡り合わせるさ。
Please kill Subaru.
どう今度。
Kill him.
それじゃ、運命が導く明日の再会を願って。
Kill him. Again and again and again and again and again and again. Remember this guy? I mean, I did talk about him while I was looking at thumbnails.
どうしたのエミリアだ。今の人、どこかで会ったような気がして。
Kill Subaru. Okay, let's take a quick little break. It's good. We've done like 35 minutes. We should take a break because we've been on for an hour. Grab a little drink, do a little bathroom break, and continue. Because I think, technically speaking, the episode would have ended somewhere earlier. But I think good time for a little break. So far, so good. New city, a little bit of plot, a little bit of rehashing what's going on, bringing me up to speed. Rem is here. Puck is here. Got to get a crystal for Puck. There's a little bit of, you know, what was it called? Politics going around in the background. They gave us a little bit of an update on that. They gave us a little bit of an update on what the hell Subaru was going on about for 52 weeks. Clearly, he's wasted a lot of time and made absolutely no progress with Emilia, but I never really expected anything from him, so it doesn't make any difference. But, yeah. And oh my god. Ram was absolutely right about this guy. Alright, let's take a little break and we'll continue. Alright, so you seem to have a new version of subtitles. I've just downloaded it. Thank you for that. You better not have put a virus in it. I don't think you did. If you did, I will track you down. Oh, no. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can fix it. We're on 34 minutes 42. By the way, you guys did a great job with these subs. Great job. All right, let's see. What the shit did I just... Why did I drag it? Oh my god, if Windows Explorer crashes from me dragging subtitles, I swear to god. Windows, come on. It's not that complex. Oh, nice. That's much better. Nice work with the subtitles. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. You blacked it out in the background and put it straight over the old subtitles. It's like perfect. You guys did a great job. All right, let's continue. Let's continue, everyone. Let's do this. When they say maniac, I always think of the Pokemaniac from Pokemon. He's gonna get kidnapped and or killed. And then Subaru's gonna have to kill himself to figure out how to save him. Oh, it's this guy! Don't remember his name, but I remember he did something. So there's this guy, and then there's the guy that Roswell was fighting when he was a kid? Oh, sorry. Wrong. False alarm. This guy's an idiot. What's this asshole doing here? See, this is basically what killed Slime for me. Power scaling. Everyone was just OP. They were basically like this guy, but everyone was this OP. It just made things really boring. Please don't make any more people this OP. It just ruins it. So he's left-handed? I mean, anime does it in such an anime way where, like, a person will use a finger to stop a punch or, like, will do something ridiculous like that to catch an attack. But there is occasionally an experience where you think you're top shit and then you get to sort of, like, fight someone that's, you know, in a different class, and then you kind of go, like, holy shit! And then they get to fight someone and they do the same thing to them. And then they get to fight someone and someone else does the same thing to them. And then you realize, holy fucking shit. You're like, I'm top of the world. It's like, no, I was a bump on top of the street and the guy that took me out was a hill. And the guy next to him was like this little mountain. And the guy next to him was like fucking the biggest mountain. What the fuck? It's really eye-opening. It really teaches me the importance of why weapons exist.
それでは、アナスタシア様がいらっしゃるまで、こちらでお待ちください。失礼いたします。あ、スバルちゃん。
Ah!
それです。フェリス、クルス様。
Get that thing away from me. That thing has traumatized me in more ways than I... Ah! The man himself! I would buy this man a drink. I'd buy this man a bottle. I'd buy this man a barrel. Give this man a barrel. I love this man.
ヴィルヘルムさん、お久しぶりです。おじいさま、
Nani?
ラインハルトか。
So you are the offspring of this guy's offspring's offspring. That explains a lot. So his wife, who was like the OG badass, who he, you know, banged by the way, respect, had an offspring who had you as an offspring. That explains a lot. Damn! So Reinhardt's only strong because Wilhelm's wife was so strong. That's some strong-ass sperm. No! Eggs! That's some strong-ass eggs. Premium quality eggs. But then again, premium quality eggs with this man's genetic material would breed an even better thing that, if bred with another equally amazing, you know, carrier of genetic material, would result in the overpoweredness that is Reinhardt. That actually explains a lot. This is selective breeding, like, taken to 11. This is what you get. And it all started because Wilhelm saw this woman and he was like, I'm gonna bang that woman. And he did. Respect. We should all aspire to be like Wilhelm.
それにしても、クルシさんたちまで呼ばれてるのは驚きだった。私たちも皆さんがお揃いとは思いませんでした。
This freaking side of the table has like 3 cats. Like, what the fuck? And then this side also has a cat. What the fuck? Like, seriously, what the fuck?
嬉しい偶然ですね。ラインハルトとヴィルヘルムさんが家族だったなんて驚いちゃった。
Well, it only makes sense. Just look at Wilhelm. He is the man.
でも、二人とも目を合わせないわね。
Is what happened there? I want to know the story. There's something there.
ところで、アナスタシアさんはなんでみんなに声をかけたんですか？疑り深いんやから。うちは本当にちょっとお話ししたいなって思っただけやよ。だから、お話の通じん人らには声かけんかったし。
Priscilla the bitch?
お話が通じない？では、プリシラ様には声をかけていらっしゃらないのですか？
Bingo!
あそこは完全に独自路線なのと、
What did you expect?
呼び出す口実が全然見つからんかったんよ。
And we both know she wouldn't turn up even if you did.
フェルトさんとはちょっと仲良くなってたしな。口実って、どうせ来てもらうんなら喜んでもらえるお土産を用意したんや。じゃあ、クルシさんたちのそれっていうのは。私たちがプリステラに足を運んだのは、アナスタシア様から大前司教、暴食
Why has Subaru got a broom up his ass? Sit down. What are you gonna do? Throw a punch? We all know how that's gonna end.
ギリギリこらえてる俺を刺激するな。そんな怖い顔せんでも、夏希子にだけ内緒にしたりせんよ。クリスさんからの希望もあったしね。ほんま、お人よしなんやから。もちろん、私の記憶のことですから。
It's a really bad trait that Subaru is so quick to anger. Someone that spent 52 weeks doing an obstacle course wastes their time if they blow up that quickly. That is the biggest disadvantage you have. Not being able to control yourself. Calm your tits and sit down. Like, seriously, come on, man.
暴食との決着は私自身でつけたい。ですが、スバル様にとってレムさんのことが悲願であることも分かっています。クリスさん。それに、志を一緒にする方は多い方がいいと思います。誰の剣が最初に届くかは恨みっこなしですが。本当にありがとう。俺はきっとその期待に応えてみせるよ。きっと、必ず。それでも、きっと私たちの方が先ですよ。なんだ、人揃いしてんじゃねえか。一年ぶりだってのに、意外と変わらねえもんだな。
I don't know if you've realized, but like Subaru is a listed predator on the register. So like be careful. You're around the age and the size that he usually goes for. I'm just putting it out there.
そりゃ私も同じか。ベルト様、ちゃんと外向きのお召し物をご用意したはずですが、それはどうされたのです？誰がてめえの趣味に付き合うかよ。観光なんてのは方便で、私は替えの服を探してただけだ。本当にあなたという方は。本日はお招きいただき、ありがとうございます。お互いに応戦候補者同士、有意義な話し合いにいたしましょう。そら、行儀終わり。私も混ぜてくれ。にしても変な街だし、妙な建物だよな。あちこち物珍しくて疲れちまったよ。フェルトさんにはかなわんな。せやけど、物珍しいって思ってもらえたんなら、うちも嬉しいわ。この旅
Oh god, here we go. Here comes the fan service.
には他にもいろいろあるんよ。遅れるわ。大丈夫。どうした？悪いんだが、ちょっと昔外出して構わねえか。
Wait. So you live in a mansion. You've got maids and servants, and probably Roswell gives you an allowance. And you haven't gone for a massage even once? Wow.
ああ、フィル。心配しなくてもお前は強いよ。
Speaking of which, I haven't used the massage chair in the living room for over 12 months. I better use it.
でも最強じゃねえ。それだけじゃ不十分なんだよ。
Garfield, you would fit in the Dragon Ball anime like in a heartbeat, but unfortunately, this is the wrong anime.
一晩あれば立ち直れるだろう。チラ。チラい。今のベティはいつものベティとは一味違っているのよ。すげえ、浴衣までやんのか。
Why are you wearing the men's one?
ベアコプリティ、ベアコラブリー。はしゃぎすぎよ、スバル。エミリーの。スバル、なんだか鼻息が荒いみたいだけど、熱でもあるの？冬の微熱になっちゃった。おい、風呂で聞いたぜ。なんかうちのポンコツ騎士がそっちの金髪の兄ちゃんいじめたんだってな。ベルト様、彼とは少し行き違いがあっただけです。実際はあの年齢で末恐ろしい実力者でしたよ。
Excuse me, what do you mean that you heard in the bath? Oh, you didn't hear it from him. Sorry, you heard it from one of the other girls.
その無自覚の目から目線ほんと説得力ねえな。時にフェルト様、そのお召し物ですが、とてもよくお似合いですね。しかしフェルト、すがすがしい女がいるともっと雑に扱うよな。うちはもともと下心スタートだったし、そういう意味ではフェリスとクリスさんとのが一番理想的な関係だよ。そう言われてしまうと照れくさいものがありますね。ね、フェリス。
Oh my god, I know what this guy's doing. He's pretending to be a girl so he can go to the hot tub with the girls.
まあ、フェリちゃんもバリバリクリス様に下心ありますけどね。よし、そろそろ飯にしよう。
Go to jail. Go to jail. Go straight to jail. Do not past go. Do not collect $200. Jail.
スバル様、こんな空気にしたまま逃げないでください。心配しなくても冗談に決まってるじゃないですか。
I don't believe you.
本当に育児だしね。
Oh god, how the hell are you alive? I thought you were dead. One of them is dead. Either you're dead or the little one's dead. In which case, the little one's dead and you're alive. No, but seriously, those things have gotten bigger, haven't they?
私の姿がなぜ見えているのか、あなたには分かっているでしょう。うるせえ。黙りきやがれ。そうよ。あなたは弱い。あなたが私に殺されなかったのは、ほんの少し運が良かっただけ。あなたが私を殺せたのは、ただの偶然。うるせえ。だってあなたは弱いんだもの。ただの育児なしの弱虫なのに、私を殺した。
Okay, but Garfield needs to simply accept that sometimes things happen according to chance. Sometimes you place a bet on one action, the other person places the bet on another action, and you just so happen to get lucky. That's not what's important. What's important is what you learned from it, and how you're going to improve next time, and how you're going to train in order to overcome that weakness and never make the same mistake again. So stop beating yourself up about the fact that you didn't overwhelm an opponent and instead train to overwhelm the next one. Why are you shooting yourself in the foot? Like, bro, like, calm down. It's okay. Oh god, it's the little cat girl. 'You shouldn't look directly at the sun. Your vision's gonna go to shit.' He just got trolled into a sunset date with a little cat girl. My god. Okay, why the hell are children by themselves in the middle of the river if they can't swim? No, seriously. Why are children by themselves on a boat in the middle of the river if they can't swim? Oh god, he's been spending too much time with Subaru! Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, someone definitely has like stuff from... yeah, Japan. I mean, this ended up happening in Japan. Hachan's dad took us to an onsen, and we stayed there for the weekend. And they basically had like buffets of seafood. And I was the only guy in that entire white guy in the entire city. And so I ended up going to the onsen and get up like, you know, what was it called? It wasn't the, oh my god, I forgot the name of the clothing, but it's basically what they're wearing now. And we went for dinner. And I went to like load up my plates. And I just grabbed like a crap ton of food, right? So I had like a whole plate of sashimi, a whole plate of crab, a whole plate of this, a whole plate of that, a whole plate of that. Anyway, I went to the table, right? Yukata, thank you. That's like the informal one that you wear around, whereas the kimono is the other one where you wear clothing underneath. Thank you. And I went to the table, and Hachan's dad is like, oh, to Hachan basically, and is like, oh, so he likes to get all his food in one go? And Hachan's like, no, that's just round one. And her dad's like, round? By the end of it, I had like 15 plates. And the dad was just like, you eat a lot. You're eating it with a fork? You call yourself Japanese? Go to Gulag. That explains all the boats around the city, because that lake must be filled with seafood, and they have to make sure it's fresh if you're going to turn it into sashimi. You can't have like 2-3 day old fish and cut it into sashimi. It goes off. Sashimi is like, it needs to be fresh. And I don't know about you, but I don't see fridges in this world. I mean, sure, they probably have magic crystals and stuff, but like, you get what I mean. Wasabi. Oh my god, she went straight for the wasabi. Poor thing. And he's gonna bump into the Archbishop. If I see Pandora right now. Okay, that's not Pandora. Oh shit, that's your stepbrother. Is that your mum that abandoned you? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Sorry, I have something for this.
Emotional damage.
Continue. Actually, I'm going to save that as a clip. That's going to come in handy. This is basically me. I can't eat anymore. No, my dreams are just keep eating. Like, it's the greatest thing ever, right? I have a dream, and in the dream, for whatever reason, I'm eating something high calorie, and it's delicious, and I'm like, I shouldn't have any more. And I'm like, fuck it. You know, and I end up eating the whole thing. And then I wake up, and I'm like, woohoo! The calories don't count! Oh, the man himself.
驚かせてしまいました。いえ、ちょっと見とれてただけです。元気と和風庭園が似合いすぎて。月夜が生える人好きなんで。そのようなことは私ではなく女性にささやくべきでしょう。
I was gonna say Subaru. What the fuck was that? I was gonna say. I mean, I'm sure he takes this as a compliment, but like, Subaru. Maybe you should save that for someone else.
そんなお方だ。他のところ、一番心をくすぐりたい子にはこの手の言い回しが全く通用しないんですよ。
It's not the line themselves, Subaru. It's the delivery.
そのもどかしさもまた恋の楽しみです。久しぶりにのろけ話の雰囲気ですね。聞きますか？
I'd love to hear some ramblings about his relationship with the sword goddess that he pulled. That's like catching a leviathan with a little fishing rod. I would love to hear stories. You are like the master. We are not worthy. Tell us more.
ぜひに。では、かつての私は今以上に口下手で言葉の足らない男でした。剣を振ることが私の全てでした。剣を振るまでに思ったことも、剣を振ることで思えたことも、私を形作る全てでした。妻は私にそんな当たり前のことを気づかせてくれた。それからは剣を握るたびに妻を思い出す。
So, when you're killing people, you think of your wife. Damn. Like, in a good way or a bad way? Like, when you were cutting the whale in half by, like, running that blade across the entire whale, what exactly were you thinking of?
それは今でも私と妻をつないでくれたのは今も昔も剣でした。剣を握る限り私は妻を思い続けるでしょう。
Aww.
奥さんは先代の剣聖だったんですよね。平次の妻は花をめでるのを好む普通の女性でした。歴史に名を残す英雄たちが常日頃から英雄であり続けたわけではありません。そしてそれはスバル殿も同じです。あなたの名前も今はあなたが思う以上に広がっている。そんなことを私は確信しております。スバル殿は一人で成し得ないことを一人では成し得ない誰かを集めて成し遂げてしまう人物なのだと。俺はちっぽけでどうしようもないろくでなしですよ。ええ、ちっぽけでどうしようもないろくでなしのあなたが
I love how he just agrees. Yes, you are a useless, insignificant loser. But you make friends with people that are useful.
私は好きなのです。少々喋りすぎましたか。しかし、スバル殿と話しているといつも思ってしまう。どうして私は自分のママとこうして言葉を交わすことができずにいるのだろうか。ラインホルトと仲良くできないんですか。家族ですよね。私には己の人生の中
Oof. When a man like this says he's afraid to do something, that strikes deep. Yeah, I think he should be the one to tell him. Man, that music was just boom. Boom. I was getting chills down my spine. That music was just beautiful. See, here's the thing. Subaru might be useless, a coward, bad with words, should probably be in jail, amongst other things, but sometimes he just gets it. Sometimes he just gets it. At other times, he should probably be on a registered list of individuals that shouldn't be allowed to live close to children. Why are you stopping at 8? Oh god, this is the most cringy shit ever. Did you know that Sprite has an ingredient which helps dissolve alcohol? So it is a very good cure to hangovers and being drunk, which is why they give you Sprite when you're drunk at bars. Not dying. Jesus Christ, he's like he's from the fucking slime anime. Simp! Didn't he technically like kidnap her against her will and force her to be a princess candidate? They don't seem to be out of sync for me. The subtitles are playing when they're speaking. Oh my god, honeypots!
今日の朝食はカララギの国民的な伝統料理大すき焼きや。お好み焼きだと。スバル見て、きれいにひっくり返せたの。自信作だわ。食べて。まあまあうまくできたかしら。スバル、せっかくだからベティが焼いてあげたこの大すき焼き食べさせてあげてもいいのよ。ベアトリスちゃん、いくらなんでもソース高すぎ。エミリア様もまた今日お腹壊しますから。まずは二人とも自分で味見してから人に勧めようか。ベルト様、次が焼けました。ああ、上手上手。その調子ガンガン焼けよ。
Oh my god, something he's not good at.
なんか見ちゃいけないものを見た気分だな。
He's human after all.
リスナー市民の皆さん、おはようございます。気持ちのいい朝ですね。なんだこれ。この町の毎朝のお約束。都市庁舎にあるビーピを使った放送だよ。毎日放送があるのですか？それは何のために？有事の際の備えと聞いています。この都市は洪水上、緊急時の避難経路が限られています。やるほどね。ちなみに、この放送の提案者も、ミーディアの提供も、ギリタカさんだそうです。ああ、これ本当だ。皆さんどうです？ミリアナですよ。はい。ってことでね、始まってないじゃないですか。
She's gonna sing about how Subaru tried to, like, do things to her.
短い日ですよ。皆さんもぜひぜひ楽しんでいただいて、応援よろです。では、歌います。聴いてください。元気連歌第2幕。
Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. The fuck is this? A family reunion? And why are you drunk? Well, this is gonna be double awkward. Really? You can't tell? How many redhead people have you seen in this city? Vice captain? Of what? Drinking? Nepotism, ladies and gentlemen. The guy's underqualified as fuck, drunk on the job, and he still has it. Oh my god, it's the bitch. Why is the bitch here? And if you tell me that you're working for the bitch, I'm gonna be pissed.
その必要はないぞ、ポンコツ。遅いじゃねえか。いつまでも来ねえから肝を冷やしたぜ、プリシュラ嬢。
Oh god, you work for the bitch.
さえずるな。久しい顔ぶれやな。随分と慣れ合っていたと見えるな。プリシュラ、そいつを連れてきたのお前なのか。
She's not gonna talk to you, is she?
誰じゃ貴様は。
Ha!
覚えてないのかよ。姫さんよ。
Sorry, 1 second. 1 second.
Emotional damage.
She doesn't even remember you. I mean, it's accurate. Why would you remember him?
いくらなんでもそれひどくね。白で初心にもした時、大勢の前でお口さらしたやつがいたじゃん。
Yeah, the one that said he would do literally anything for your help.
あれがそんなわけもないだろ。姫さんも散々腹抱えて笑ってたじゃねえか。記憶にない。そも、わらわが腹を抱えて笑うような品のないことがあるものか。勝手なことを言うでないある。だってよ、兄弟。悪いが力不足だった。お前、もうちょっと一年間で発言力増やしておけよ。
Says the guy that ended up doing the same exercise over and over for a year.
一から好感度上げるねや。それで質問の答えは。このポンコツを連れ出したのがわらわかどうか。ならばその考えは正しい。その通りよ。これはわらわが呼びつけ、この場に連れ出した。何のために。強いて言えば、それが面白そうだと思ったからじゃ。
See, I told you, she's a bitch.
歪んだ家族模様とそれを不細工に取り合わせる不粋。そんな醜悪な演目を平然と回せるわけにはいくまい。故に台本を書き換えた見物であったる。プリスラー。やめろ兄弟。ここで俺らがやり合っても益がねえ。
You could literally salvage the situation once this guy leaves and just sit down with the two of them and just cut the awkwardness with, I don't know, cake or some shit. You could do it. I mean, this was a good opportunity with the okonomiyaki, but you could do something else. Yes, they're a little bit emotional right now because he touched the sore spot, but give him like 30 minutes to an hour and they'll calm down by the afternoon. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like they haven't had a decade to think about this. Although it is a little bit interesting that Reinhardt ended up killing his own grandmother, but like, they're both aware of this, so they'll be fine. And you, Subaru, seriously, learn how to calm your tits. You're like a teenage girl on a period. Calm the fuck down.
ふざけるな。だったら心はいくらでも傷つけていいっていうのかよ。
Stop getting so easily provoked. Jesus fucking Christ. Seriously, what the fuck? うち、あんた様にだけは今日のこと伝えんかったはずやけど。めぎつね。何事も誰ぞの耳に入れば類的のように染み出すことは避けられん。てかそのおっさん、ラインハルトの親父だろ。おお、たかだか貧民街の小娘風情がわらわに何事か意見すると。人事ってわけにはいかねえかな。なんせ、アストレア家の家督はラインハルトのもんじゃねえ。あたしらの生命線ってやつはそのおっさんが握ってやがんだからよ。Can't you just bypass him in the succession? Can't you just write him out? Or is this like hard lock that he's gonna inherit everything?
やっとそこに頭が追いついた。つまりそういうこった。アストレア家の家督は俺が握ってる。
Why don't you just poison the wine?
俺はそれをラインハルトへ譲ったつもりも譲るつもりももろともね。フェルト様、僕はラインハルト、黙って堂々とした面してろ。はい。なんて言ったところでお前の危機感は正解だぜ、ラインハルトの主人様よ。アストレア家はお前のものだ。そして俺はお前を支持
No, 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 no. Please, cut off a limb. Please, do continue.
たく勘弁してくれや。要件まで抜かれちゃ心臓がシルト、そこなもんこつを運び出せ。
You know, I am pleasantly surprised that she understands at the very least basic combat and that the elbow bone is the strongest bone in the body and it can do significant damage. And she also understands exactly the point at which to strike to hit the solar plexus. Atta girl, you're not as useless as I thought.
解放してやるがいい。はいであります。プリシラ様。失礼するであります。ハインケル様。よいしょ。シュルトちゃんはいい。
Hey, the little girl knows exactly how to drag a body too. I am impressed.
で、さっきのおっさんの話は本気か？私ら追い出して領主に戻んのかよ。仮にそうだと言えば貴様はどうする？泣き寝入りして素直に引き下がるのか？笑わせんじゃねえよ。私は誰に言われようが泣き寝入りだけは絶対しねえ。あのおっさんからこいつに家督を譲らせてやる。それでよい。いずれ来たるわらわの勝利は約束されている。ならば道筋には波乱と勇強を求める。わらわを沸かせよ。それが貴様ら早くの役割じゃ。
Question, Priscilla. Is your need of excitement due to the fact that you married an old rich man that couldn't get an erection? And so now you need to overcompensate by causing chaos in everyone else's lives because secretly you're miserable on the inside and everyone else being happy around you reminds you of how miserable you are, and your inability to feel satisfaction with whatever you do or have causes you to revel in the misery of others because you yourself can never actually attain happiness, and you only found that out the hard way after you inherited your former husband's estate? Just asking.
そのおごり。
She married seven that mysteriously died. Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. Trust me, I know girls like this. Literally, I have a girl in my family that's exactly like this. She's a model. And she married a lawyer that works in like an international law firm or something. He has my condolences. He works 12 hours a day and he's going to make partner soon. Congratulations. You work all day, every day for your wife that wants to be a stay-at-home mum and not do anything. You've truly won the lotto on that one. My god.
泣いて後悔させてやるよ。頭いいやせ。
Yes! Cool down. Calm thy tits.
結局カッカしてたのも俺だけじゃねえか。
Yes! Thank you. You're self-aware. Maybe you should have worked on that rather than your stamina on whatever the fuck your monkey course was.
そういう国が取るものではないよ。やだのものを困らせることになる。俺は一人でただ勝手に切れてただけだ。みんなが冷静だったのに情けねえ。そんなことはない。君が短慮な振る舞いを見せたから、周りがかえって冷静になることができた。君の軽率さが役に立つこともある。お前、本当は俺のことを褒めるつもりとかねえだろ。
There is a problem though. He keeps doing it, and in every situation, he's the emotional tampon. It's not good to be the emotional tampon. Like, once or twice, okay, but when you're always the emotional tampon in every single situation, you're literally the weakest guy there. Because you're the only one that can't control their shit. It's embarrassing. And eventually, if Emilia does become queen or whatever the fuck, she can't have him being like that. Like, it's not a good look. It's not good.
確かに騎士らしさを求める。君の行いは褒められたものではない。だが、何のつもりだよ。見ての通りだ。君に感謝。私に代わり、あらわで義憤をあらわにしてくれた君に感謝したい。代わりに怒ってくれてありがとうってか。ふざけんな。なんで俺がお前の代わりに怒ったことになんだよ。俺が怒ったのは俺がムカついたからだ。お前もムカついてたんなら怒ればよかったじゃねえか。
He can't, because him doing that would look bad for his master. Have you like learned nothing from season 1 where you made a scene in the capital and Emilia's like, just sit in your room, and you're like, no, I'm not sitting in my room, and then you made an even bigger scene, and then Julius had to beat your ass. Did you like learn nothing from the experience? Seriously? Like, come on, man. Come on. Come on.
仮にも直属の上司にそのような無礼は働けないよ。窮屈な考え方しやがって。騎士らしくって思い詰めてる間に心まで鎧着ちまってんのか。心まで鎧か。まったく耳が痛いよ。あのヒゲ面だけどよ。まさか現世の父親だってことを傘に着てやがるんじゃねえだろうな。それもなくはない。だが最大の理由は副団長ではなくラインハルトにある。アストレア家と言うべきかもしれないが、あの方はビルヘルム様のご子息にしてアストレア家の剣当主だ。そんな人物を冷遇し王国に範囲を持たれればどうなる。ハインケルが王国に反抗する気になったら現世以下が敵に回りかねないってか。そりゃつまり王国がラインハルトもビルヘルムさんも信じてないってことじゃねえか。15年前王族の一人が何者かに誘拐される事件があった。それがどうして。当時ビルヘルム様はこの騎士団の団長で、そのさらわれた王族の捜索の責任者でもあった。先代の剣聖様を加えた白芸討伐はビルヘルム様が捜索のために王都を離れている間に行われたんだ。事件のせいで奥さんの死に目に会えなかった。だからあの人が逆恨みしてるってか。あの人がそんな人じゃないってどうしてみんなわからねえんだよ。すまない。このような話を心の準備もなしに聞かせるべきではなかった。お前がラインハルトを心配してるのもわかるよ。だからカッとなって当然だし、それがおかしいとも思わねえ。
That is completely unfair, considering at the time of the whale attack, he had no knowledge that the whale attack would take place. And so he was only doing his duty by going after someone that was kidnapped, which is something you would expect him to do. But some unforeseen circumstances happened while he was doing it. And even if that wasn't the case and he knew the whale was attacking, his wife was the sword saint who is, like, you know, OP as all shit. What was he going to do in that fight? So, if anything, she would have probably told him to go get the kidnapped member while she took care of the whale. No one could have foreseen that she'd get her ass handed to her. Because she's OP as shit. So, like, in either case, why is Wilhelm the one being blamed for this shit?
さっきも言ったろ。お行儀がいいばっかりの騎士らしさに別にこだわり続ける必要なんかねえだろうな。鎧脱いで有利になってみるのも悪くない。あれぐらい融通きかした方がうまく回ることもあるかもしれないぜ。有利か。なんとも懐かしい名前を引っ張り出してきたものだ。有利として見上げる空は浴びる風はこんな気分だったか。思えばあの時も空の色は普段と違って見えた。わけわかんねえ。
Subaru is wearing a mask all the time.
気取るなキザ野郎。
Ugh, sometimes Subaru gets it, and sometimes he's as dense as lead.
ねえスバル、庭でユリウスとすごく仲良さそうに何を話してたの？
They were discussing girls.
あいつと仲良くってのがすごく間違ってるけど、何の話だったと思う？
今度どこに遊びに行くとか？
学校の友達？お互い敵情視察ってなもんだよ。あとはちょっとした世間話とかしたぐらい。
それって友達なんじゃないの？
まあ友達じゃないよ。それだけは間違いない。
意地っぽりまったくかしら。
I thought they were friends.
なんだかすごく賑やかね。
Oh god, it's another copyright claim.
そのようなの昨日と違ってやけに騒がしくやってるかしら。
Oh god, she's dancing Spanish. No, encore, encore. Really? We missed it? Oh, come on!
貴様こそなかなかにわらわを教示させる歌と演奏じゃ。詩人の芸事でこれほど興が乗ったのは久方ぶりよ。大義であった。おやおやおやや、そこにいるのはザツキ様とエミリア様、それに幼女様では。昨日はおとなしくなって約束もできなかったけど、今日もここにいてくれて助かった。なんじゃ貴様、わらわをじろじろと見つめおって不敬であろう。
Priscilla, you're covering your face, but your boobs are exposed. Why are you surprised that he's staring?
ごめんなさい。でもプリシュラが踊ってたのがすごく意外で、わらわとて興が乗らねば舞は踊らぬ。それをさせるだけの価値がこの芸者の歌にはあったのでな。マジか。お前もリリオのベト褒め生かよ。それだけ私の歌がすごいってことですか。まあまあリリリか。貴様の歌にはその価値があった。どうじゃ、わらわのそばで歌目として使える気はないか。どうもどうもありがとうございます。なんとも光栄な評価。私も鼻が高々でしたわ。お断りさせていただきます。ほう、なぜわらわの誘いを断る。私はリリアナ、金融主人です。いずれは風に流れて再び流浪する旅人の身。土地に縛られず、人に縛られず、それがなりわいであると生き方を決めております。ゆえに、わらわの誘いには乗らぬと。
See, she's actually going to respect that because you're not going to fold your principles in exchange for monetary benefit, which most people will, because most people have a price, and usually it's a lot lower than you would think. But in this case, this girl is going to say no because she wants to do what she wants to do, which is actually a very rare trait amongst people.
母も、その母も、そのまたさらに母も、私の一族はそうしてきました。私たちは形あるものを残せず、歌のみを人の心に残して生きる一族。風を囲うことができないように、歌を遮ることは何者にもできません。プリシュラ。よい、その真偽見事である。許せ、無粋はわらわの方であった。いえ、そんなことは私の方こそ申し訳ないですよ。なんじゃ文句。いや、驚いてんだよ。
What do you mean you're surprised? You didn't figure that out the time she kicked you out when you offered her everything and anything in order for her to give her help? Really? You couldn't figure that out? My god, you're dense.
俺はてっきり誘いを断ったリリアナ。真っ二つにするものとビビってたのに。私もちょっと意外だったかも。プリシュラって欲しいものは何でも手元に置いておきたがる人なのかなって思ってたから。
No, she is someone that will do anything to get what she wants. But she'll only do it to people she doesn't respect. If she respects them, she won't do that to them. If she doesn't respect them, she will do that to them. That's the danger of women like this. It's basically the Sith rule of two. If you let your guard down, they're gonna kill you.
この世のすべてはわらわのものよ。ならば、美しいもの、気高いもの、価値あるすべてを手元に置いて鑑賞する必要なぞない。この世のすべてがわらわの庭なれば、祭する小鳥がどこで歌うかなど問題ではない。
See, I told you, megalomaniac. Look, it's whatever. Just go along with it.
さっさっさ、ここを一つ、皆々様の落ち着かれた頃合いで、親睦を兼ねて私が一曲ご披露いたしましょうか。
That is a dangerous assumption.
そして歌の後はご観覧。夏木様はその時間に向けておやつの手準備されるのが良いと思いませんか。そして歌の後はご観覧。夏木様はその時間に向けておやつの手準備されるのが良いと思いませんか。
So you want Subaru not to be here while two princesses are here. I have a feeling these two princesses are going to go missing. And I have a feeling that you're working for the Sin cult.
何これ、入って言わないと進まないタイプの茶番選択肢。
Well, that would be the type of games you play.
俺って誰てるよな。何？本当は俺。おいおい、兄ちゃん。
I told you, as soon as you're gone, some shit's gonna happen.
ほんのひととき、こうして皆様の時間を拝借させてください。
You do realize you could have just gone inside and used the speaker, right?
ありがとう。ごめんね。私は魔女教大全司教フンド担当。シリウス・ロマネ・コッティ
You sound like a lot of fun. We should get a drink.
と申します。
Are you serious?
冗談だろ、魔女教なんて。おい、聞こえたかよ。冗談にしちゃ笑えねえ。はい、そこまで。皆さんが静かになるまで35秒かかりました。でも静かになってくれてありがとう。ごめんね。私はとても喜ばしいです。それと、そこのあなたと、あなた、そしてそちらのお兄さんたち。ごめんね、そんなに怒らないで。皆さんの大切な時間をいただくことを、私はとても申し訳ないと、心から思っています。だからごめんね、ありがとう。
Okay, so this is some sort of quirk before the wrath kicks in?
はい、ありがとう。どうやら皆さん少し落ち着いてくださったようですね。不安はわかります。ただ、今日はどうしても確かめたいことがあって、こうして皆さんのお時間を頂戴しているだけなんです。確かめたいことは。ごめんね。ざわざわしないでください。何かあればどうか話して。私、皆さんのためなら割と何でもお話ししますよ。お言葉に甘えて質問させてもらっていいか。どうぞどうぞ、そこのあなた。ありがとう。
Subaru, don't enable this behavior. There's red flags everywhere, you dense motherfucker.
のようだか知らないが、俺は女の子を待たしてんだよ。それも4人。だからなるだけ早く用事を済まして解放してもらいたいんだが。あら、それは大変ごめんね。でも隅に置けませんね、お兄さん。4人も女の子を待たせるなんていけない人。でもありがとう。ごめんね。急がなきゃ。いや、いいんだ。落ち着いて穏便に話を進めてくれた方がありがたいし。気を使わせてごめんね。ありがとう。では本題に入りましょう。私がこうしてここへ現れたその理由を。俺たちに確かめたいことがあるって言ってたよな。何を確かめたいんだ。ああ、早く聞かせて。
Does she want to know how much blood the human body can lose before it goes into shock? Or does she want to know how long it takes to drain a human body one drop at a time? Or does she want to know how many times she can simulate a heart attack before your heart explodes? Or does she want to know how many bunny rabbits you can shove up your butt before you're full?
早くしないと仕事に遅れちまってんだよ。ごめんね、ごめんね、本当にごめんね。すぐに話を終わらせますから。ですね、私が確かめたいこと、それはズバリ愛について。
Why did I just get a chill down my spine? Why did I just get a chill down my spine?
なんです。ああ、恥ずかしい。私の愛の確認作業にどうかお付き合いいただけないでしょうか。本当ですか。
Oh god, she's gonna sacrifice you all! Run! Run, bitch! Run for your life!
ありがとう、ありがとう、ごめんね。やっぱり世界は優しい。優しさと愛に満ち足りている。
She interprets love as death and torture and pain. You idiots! You're idiots! Don't do that!
それを実感するたび、私は感謝をしたくなるんです。
She's psychotic. Her idea of spreading love is torturing and murdering you. You fucking idiots! Get the fuck out of here!
許し合うこと、譲り合うことができる。だから私はありがとう、ごめんなさいを重ねるんです。
Oh god.
ほら、こっちにおいで。ずっと待たせてしまって。ごめんね。窮屈でごめんね。でも男の子だからそんなに泣いちゃいけませんよ。最初にしてあげたいけど、私はねしてしまって。みんなに知られた恥ずかしいですよ。そうだよ、恥ずかしいぞ。
Why are you laughing? What the hell? What the fuck? What? What are the 3 times? And why the fuck are you laughing?
確かに今は萎縮してしまっていますが、この子はとても勇気のある子なんです。彼の名前はルスベル・カラード君。このブリステラで暮らしているまだ9歳の男の子です。将来有望ですね。そんなルスベル君には幼馴染がいて、金髪の巻き毛が可愛いティーナちゃんって言うんです。2人はお互いを大切に思い合っている理想的な関係で、
And you want to see if she would be willing to trade places with him? Does she love him more than she loves herself? Is that what you're going for?
ここへ来るのもどっちがいいか、私はとても悩んだんですよ。最初はティーナちゃんかなと思ったんですが、あんまりルスベル君が一生懸命お願いしてくれたので、私は心を打たれてしまって。だからここはルスベル君の心意気を買って彼に協力してもらうことにしました。
Oh yeah, she is absolutely fucking psychotic. And I need a screenshot for the future thumbnail, because this is absolutely perfect. Oh my god, everyone's gone crazy. Splat. Nani? They all died? Ah, so the spell that she did basically connected them all. The spell connected them all. Okay, I see. 22 seconds for everyone to be silent means it took 22 seconds for the spell to activate. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. Interesting. Sadistic, psychotic, interpretation of love as torture, pain, murder, and death. Yep, that is the level of insanity that I would expect from a Sin Archbishop. And they said their hearts are one directly to her. Well, like, when they were saying, yes, like, we'll do this and, like, we'll give permission and all that sort of shit. It's like signing a deal with the devil, you know what I mean? You're like, I don't know, it's got some sort of mechanism in place, but they basically ticked the boxes in whatever they said. And it took X amount of seconds in order to activate, and that is the repercussion of it activating. They're basically bound. So whatever she cast or activated took effect, and that is the, you know, results. But it doesn't change the fact that she as an individual is psychotic. You know? Like, you could see her interpretation of love isn't our interpretation of love. Her interpretation of love is like murder, pain, torture. Like, it's a perversion of it. It's psychosis. That's where she's psychotic. That's where the red flag kind of went straight up. Like confirming love and stuff is like, oh God. You know what I mean? Like, oh God. She kind of hot though. You remember when we did the hot crazy scale for... No, we didn't do it for this show. We did it for Overlord. We did a hot crazy scale for Overlord. You guys remember that? Yeah. There is such a thing as a hot crazy scale. When you're like, she hot. And I'm like, mate, the hot crazy scale exists for a reason, right? A girl could be hot, but if she's too crazy for that level of hotness, it's an instant no. You know what I mean? Like, there is a limit, Johnny Depp learnt this the hard way. She's a little bit hot, but she shits the bed. Like, she could deep throat it, but she tried to cut off my head. Like, you know what I mean? Hot crazy scale. I remember that in Konosuba where you scale the 3 main girls. Yes, it was... I think I did it in Konosuba and Overlord? Or was it only Konosuba? I don't know. I did it for something. But, like, you get my point. She has elf ears. Well, the fact that she has elf ears means it could be Fortuna, because Petal Geese was turned into a Sin Archbishop, which means it could be Fortuna, because we see the blood on Fortuna, and this girl only has an eye, which means Fortuna's body could be severely injured, and this could be Fortuna. Or it could just be another random girl. We don't know. But it would kind of fit the story, right? You collect Sin Archbishops. In which case, I put my money on Pandora being responsible for this. And it would fit the bill of what Pandora does. Because Fortuna was fueled by love. This woman is fueled by the exact opposite. Petal Geese was fueled by one thing, which was perverted into another thing. So it would kind of work in that theme. Although it is way too early to tell. I don't know if you did one for Overlord, but half of the cast there is pretty hot, crazy scale discussion. If I did, awesome. If I didn't, we can do it in the next movie. I don't know. I find it fun in meme streams to do shit like hot, crazy scales. But that just happened. Oh shit, that's like almost the end. What was her name? SIRIUS? Oh shit, this is where your loop is. Well, you were saying you didn't die in about a year, so like, congratulations, you're back. Hey, you're almost like you haven't died before. Oh no, he's going into panic. Really? So, you've died countless numbers of times. You spent a year training, and you're going into a panic attack the first time you die. No progress with Emilia. No weapons training, no combat training, loses his temper, and goes into a full-blown episode when he dies. Mate, what were you training then? It clearly wasn't your mental state. It clearly wasn't, your EQ, your IQ, your battle Q, like, the fuck? You were just running around in circles. Well, to be fair, he was under some kind of twisted mind control before death. It feels like regression, because he got used to dying quite a number of times and utilizing it to his advantage during previous fights. But now, it's like, you know what I mean? He hasn't really progressed much. There's a year time skip, but it's basically the same thing, or maybe a little bit less, because he's not under battle conditions. So it's a little bit... I would have liked to see him, you know what I mean? Like, not lose his cool as much. Progress a little bit, like he spent a little bit of time, but like, I don't know. He's aware of the shortcoming, but he's not really actively doing anything to hold it under control. And it's really important. No, that was good. And yeah, I'll edit it and upload it on Patreon and see if I can upload it on YouTube. He definitely improved better than what he was in the first 2 seasons. But we saw whatever his improvements were during the first 2 seasons. And now they added a time skip. And during that time skip, he hasn't really improved. It's a little bit disappointing that he had a year of training and he hasn't really done much with it. It's just like, what the fuck were you doing for a year? You know, I would have liked him to work a little bit on his head game. Fix those shortcomings, you know, be a little bit more grounded, a little bit more in control, a little bit less to react to people, you know, just a little. You had a year. A year is improving, but so little. But that's a year. Like, a human lifespan is only so long, and you spent a year doing what? Although I did like that my impression of Priscilla was on the ball. I seem to have recalled a little bit of the psychological analysis I did on her previously, and it seems to be pretty accurate from what I'm seeing so far. I'm able to understand how her mind operates. It's basic megalomania with the possibility of being psychopathy, but at the very least sociopathy. So, yeah, megalomaniac. Definitely a megalomaniac, at the very least. Yeah. To be honest, that's pretty realistic for most people. It takes many years for people to change. The measure of time isn't what's important. It's what you do during it. So during very intense periods of training, you can make years of progress. Yeah, that was pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that I was able to rehash a lot of what happened in the first 2 seasons, and I feel that as I'm watching, if they reference something in the first 2 seasons, that's going to fire up the brain neurons, and I'm going to remember the neural pathway and whatever happened. It's happened a few times during this episode. Like, I see Priscilla, and then all of a sudden I remember the first interaction with her, the second interaction with her, Subaru begging, you know, all that stuff. And then I see her Knight, and then I'm like, I remember that guy. You know, Subaru spent time with him, and they became, like, that entire neural pathway just lights up like a Christmas tree. Magic in Re Zero is cool. There is a video that explains how it works. Why would I spoil myself? I'm enjoying the experience.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun size, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.